Well, do you think the tax people will be there on the 15th of April?
I would say no.
Yeah, me too, because they would have to process it so fast.
Yeah.
Well, and then it's time for the folks to go on TurboTax or hire somebody, because now they have to get they either get it done today or they got to get it. Yes. So that's that.
I mean, if you haven't done it by now, you better be on TurboTax. You better get it submitted by end of today, and you better get it done.
If not, you better at least get the waiver set up.
Yeah,
so that you can work on it.
Yeah. I don't know why people would wait until the last.
Well, I don't know.
Some do, though. They wait till the very last moment.
They don't want to give Uncle Sugar a penny till they have to. Yeah.
I know they said some people literally were sitting online last night till the very possible last minute before they hit submit.
Yeah. The other ones.
And then they got a readout from the computer saying submitted at 11:59:30.
Which means it's good.
Yeah.
The question is.
But I was like, geez, that's cutting it close.
Well,
guys.
It's still the 15th. 15th is the last day.
Yeah. So it was the 14th and 11:59:30 Eastern time.
So 30 seconds short.
Yeah.
But you know,
that's cutting a little close,
if
guys.
you got a complicated situation.
Well, I understand if you're having.
Usually you get that information in February.
But yeah,
so
that's.
You got March to sort it out, right?
Yeah, or at least most of April. You get half of April too.
Yeah. And so, if you get in a situation where you don't have enough time, then you better get on the stick and ask
get
for
the extension.
Yes, they will charge you for that, but that's better than having to pay.
Better than having an audit happen.
Or worse.
Yeah.
You know, I know that Ken had some tax problems after the flood trying to end a divorce.
Wow, that was really beyond his control.
His ex ran his credit cards way.
Yeah.
So he had a whole bunch to crawl back out of. But he's got that nailed down pretty good. He's making it on his retirement income. Even he's had a few surprises and he's still hanging in there. So he decided he's probably going to buy a new pistol to concealed carry. But yeah, he's going with probably one of those Hellcat games. He likes SIGs, other things like that. But probably nothing wrong with it. It's probably a good gun. I was tempted to buy the new M17 military 9mm 4.7-inch barrel. What I really love, if I was going to buy, I'd really like the 5-inch M&P. You know, that's rarer than hen's teeth.
Yeah. Because there's supposed to be competition when guns only.
It's good. It's a very. There's our piece beetle microbus. Cool looking in that. It got some nostalgia to it. Probably a 4-speed on the floor.
There's a reason why there's the tires on the front. That's an extra bumper.
Because there is no bumper.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's not a particularly good vehicle in the cold. And the engines, everything about it is junk.
Yeah. Well, it's probably been rebuilt.
But it's German junk. Yeah. So I was going to buy one when I got back from Vietnam. They had a brand new Volkswagen Super Beetle with the big engine. And it would have been several $1,000s new. Probably should have, but I didn't. Because what would have happened was I would have drove it to Indiana. Then I would have got orders to Quebec, and I would have drove it up to Quebec and froze my butt off in Quebec. Then I would have drove it back to San Diego, or had it shipped to Germany. You see a problem here?
Yeah.
So I just let it set for a couple years in San Diego. Then I would have came back from San Diego and tried to drive it up the Alcan in the winter in a VW bug. Super bug, yeah. I was thinking about buying the VW microbus when I was in Quebec. And back when it was 4 marks 50 Phoenix or something like that to the dollar, I was looking at buying an Audi at the time because they were relatively cheap. Because the American dollar was worth so much more than the German mark at that point, West German mark. But no. Then I was putting money away. They had a plan at the BX where you could put money away to buy an American car when you got back. Which was, I put money into that for a while. And then, of course, I wasn't in Germany very long. And I was going to buy a Jeep with a canvas top and all the rest of it. And
you can find in Germany?
No, I was going to have it delivered back in the States.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then what idea was I'd make payments on it without any interest for 3 years or whatever. 4 years. And you can change what you wanted up until a certain date before you're going back. So what I did was I said, okay, I got orders till Alaska.
Well, canvas covered Jeep's not going to work real well.
Well, it would have actually, except you froze your butt off in it. But but it would have been good for getting back into trails and stuff. You know, it would have been pretty good for that. It would have been a death trap. You know, so it's such a short thing; it's been all over the damn place. The Cherokee was short, but it when you put it in 4-wheel drive, its butt stayed on the ground. But when it was in 2-wheel drive, that butt was all over the place. It's such a short wheelbase. Well, the CJ would have been worse.
You got emergency lights coming.
Yes, we do. We don't know where they're going, so we will kind of slow down and see. Is it more than one set of sirens or just one?
They're just changing their tones.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, it's different than before. We used to have high, low, whelp, and something else back in the day.
Well, when they slow down to do turns, they change their yelps around.
And that could be. We had 3 positions.
Yeah, they have different.
Something, yelp, and something else. We had 3. And when we were chasing dog packs, we noticed by changing.
If they really need it, they honk the big, huge horn.
When we didn't have that, but we noticed when we were chasing dog packs off the runway, if you changed the siren pitch, you could herd the dogs. We'd usually pin them up against the fence and pick them up. Didn't want packs of dogs running up and down, right away or running around the base. So we just went out and got them. I did get in a little bit of trouble when I went chasing them across the runways and that. Got them off the runways and I went shooting across the golf course with it. And I got air, shall we say. Came down on top of the green. Some general was putting at the time. He didn't find that easy for some reason. But I wasn't in trouble. So I got the dogs. That was pretty rough on equipment. Especially when I backed up that Dodge 6-pack and wrapped the door around a concrete fuel steel pole. Commander didn't find that amusing. But the vehicle was defective, was not to be driven.
And you drove it anyhow.
Well, because it was an emergency and we needed a vehicle. And if John would have done what he should have done, it wouldn't have been an accident. But because John did something he learned somewhere else, it didn't work out so good in Nevada. I think there might be tax people there today. I'm just guessing.
Maybe. Last days.
Yeah. It's like Ralph's rig is there, and I see Milo's. Is Liz Lynn back from Arizona, maybe? No.
I don't think taxi are here today.
No, I don't think they are either. Yeah. Too short to get them a return, so doesn't look like it. Alright, so we'll see what we've got. Kenneth in on folks there. Plus Tams, it looks like. Parking's a lot better on the tax folks.
Yeah.
We have Legion and Delta. Oh, let's see what Mama thinks we need. Creamer, milk, maybe a couple loaves of bread or something. I don't know what she thinks. It's the trouble with details. They got to be looked at in detail. See what they really say. But you're right. The Life of Crusader, very good.
Very long.
Your chances of infantrymen going over the top of World War I?
Not very much. That's why they've built tanks.
Yeah. And the machine guns were mowing people down faster than you could stand them up. It sounds like. Whew.
I was going to look up the ones from the Romans. How much those Roman wars were
brutal.
They weren't really religious. They were state.
They were trying to occupy, take and unify country and the amount of well, they did good and bad things. They built roads, they built aqueducts, they built sewers.
Yeah, right. They did a lot of advanced stuff for the time.
A lot of it was good, but there was also
they wouldn't have that same level of technology advancement until the 16th century.
Well, they designed they figured out concrete back in before Christ.
Like I said, there's some stuff that they did we didn't have technology-wise back in the world till about the 17th century.
Well, the Greek fire, they're still not sure exactly what that was. It was like napalm. Mm-hmm. Look when they had it, and they had some complicated mechanical devices they built. We don't really know what they do now.
Yeah, still don't know.
It's like a calculator, and it was 1,000 years ago or something, or some ridiculous amount of time ago. And it's like amazingly complex.
3,000 years ago.
Well, and how about those little mounds of dirt in Egypt, the big mother pyramids?
Well, yeah, they're saying there's some stuff underneath some of the pyramids that might be, quite advanced for.
I don't know.
Whatever they had.
I'm just saying that for people living in that type of era and that type of equipment and stuff, building things of that magnitude, absolutely amazing.
Well, it's like they had, at the time they probably had their own version of what Einstein would have been, and he was well ahead of his time.
Well, they had folks that were really good with trigonometry and some forms of early calculus. I don't know if they had calculus yet, but they probably had trig. And they knew how to calculate angles and do all the rest of the stuff, and they probably figured out loading too. But they did some amazing things with the technology they had. Just, absolutely amazing. Maybe shoes the wind can blow through. Probably not the best choice today, maybe.
Oh, just keep your feet dry.
Yeah, it is. And nice and warm, too.
53 is warm.
Wonder how many leaves are back in the yard.
All of them.
Probably.
It's not too windy. We don't have whitecaps yet.
That's a river. It's not a lake.
I know, but when it's really windy out, you get whitecaps on the river.
That is going to be a fun day for sure.
Middle left part of my back is having its joyous day right now.
Mine's usually worse on the right.
It's like a little pinhole that's like popping.
How are you feeling?
It's like somebody's jabbing a needle in that part of the back.
You need a little bit of heat on it.
Probably. I took an anti-inflammatory. But
yeah, it helps too.
Yeah.
Advil?
Yeah.
Does that work pretty good?
Seems to.
Yeah. Better than aspirin?
I think well, yes, definitely better than aspirin. Last 12 hours.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's quite as good as the difenyl, whatever it is. The doctor gave me. I thought maybe it did.
You could buy it over the counter though.
Yeah, you can buy it over the counter. Yes.
There's a plus with that.
I almost thought that worked better than the stuff the doctor gave me.
Could be.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what the limitations are on that, as far as how many you can take and when.
2 a day max, 12 hours apart.
Okay. All right.
Don't recommend you take more than a 3-day supply at once.
You gotta take a break.
Yeah, because it can cause liver and other joyous stuff over an extended period of time.
Well, I use what I've been doing since they give me.
Well, so they kind of say the same thing about aspirin. Oh, I use more than 7 days worth.
I used to inhale that stuff. Yeah.
But then they talked about other people that, well, if you got chronic this, you need to take at least 1 asprin a day.
Yeah,
not like a baby aspirin, just normal aspirin.
They've changed that again.
Yeah, it's like every year they keep coming out with new research on it.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that carbs aren't all that bad for you. This new large study they just did.
Yeah.
That some carbs are not bad for you.
Well, whatever Jennifer's doing is working. Mm-hmm. She's counting calories.
Yep.
And it is working. But she's active too. Mm-hmm. She's over at the Y, sometimes twice a day or something like that. But
and she was still talking about how she's fat. And I was like, Jen, you're skinny.
You have to remember you've lost 60 pounds or more.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge deal. Man, if I lost 60 pounds, what would I be? I'd be like 190 or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be a great weight for me. 185 would probably be better.
I think if I weighed 190, the people would get kind of concerned.
Yeah, because you are fat.
Mind you, there'd also be a lot of flab hanging.
Well, irregardless of the flab, but
a lot of extra skin hanging around.
But irregardless of that, you're taller than I am.
Yeah.
By a significant amount. Yeah. How tall are you, do you think?
6'7".
All right, now if you
6'7" without the shoes on.
And if you didn't have
6'8" with the shoes on.
And if you didn't have the
gut hanging down there,
you'd probably be close to 7 feet.
Probably.
That's significantly better than my 5'10". Used to be 5'11". I'm 5'10" or 5'9".
That's because you're rounding forward.
Yeah, right. Well, that's part of it too, but also because all the compression in the joints has shrunk me as well. But what I'm trying to say is, if you didn't have as much weight as you did,
yes,
you would be taller by a certain amount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think those dudes are right past me right there.
Probably.
Back's got some issues.
Yep.
And that's not related to my weight either.
No, I'm not. No,
they're.
Yeah, you got grumpy
parts. Like the one guy says, or no, the one chiropractor lady says, if it was all related to your weight, then how would the skinny person that's in shape having a bad back?
Yeah.
When the same kind of problems you're having.
Yeah. No, it's a different.
And they've been skinny all their life, and they've been doing everything they're told to do, eat all the stuff they're told to do,
and
nutritioning and everything else. And why do they have disc issues?
Yeah.
Like you have.
Yeah.
Younger than you had.
Because parts wear out. You overstrain them.
They're
just.
Yeah. Something just happens.
Well, we were just talking. The average person didn't live more than 38 or 40 years.
Yeah, back then.
And that's why they chose 35 to be president, because they figured by 35 you're an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Life expectancy was a lot shorter then.
Mm-hmm. Now people living into their hundreds.
Well, there's been people that lived 900 years ago in early biblical times, but in the last few centuries,
I don't know if I totally believe that.
Okay, well, regardless, but
I think they like to think that they live that long.
Within the last
but I don't think
200 years, we've seen people live 130 years old. Okay,
130, yeah. Well, 130 is
that's on the high end.
123,
100,
sure.
100, 105. No.
I think these people like to claim that these people lived to be 900 years old when they were 90.
I'm not arguing.
Well, they're 90. They must be 900.
I don't know.
More flashing lights up here.
Yep, looks like multicolored maybe.
Yeah. Right, ambulance coming in.
I don't know. They would turn right before now, you would think. Unless they're outbound and not. We don't know how far out we were seeing.
Oh, that's right, because Trinity, yeah.
So,
I'm guessing
it's an ambulance heading in.
So
it's going to pick somebody up. Yeah.
Yep. Think of the things you see on my YouTube list.
Turning off to go east, it looks like. Yep, I don't get to run the red lights anymore. That's okay. I don't get to drive crazy anymore. That's okay.
to live my life in as little as pain as possible.
Pain is annoying, for sure.
Yes, it is. I see that back pain right now.
Like Colin and I have a wonderful day just about every day. Because I have to have fiber or I have a major problem. It was weird. The toilet wasn't functional even though it didn't show anything in it. I plunged it about 4 times. And finally, so whatever it was must have been farther up in the pipe or something. But it did finally clear out. I was kind of surprised. Like, what? There's nothing in it. Why is it having a problem? Something in there ain't happy.
Yeah, I just yeah, that had to sit on a heat pad for a while.
Yep. Well, now when we do fill up, it's going to be fun.
Always is.
When you're down around an 1/8 of a tank or a quarter tank, it's going to be
exciting.
It's going to be a fun day at the pumps. Yeah. There's an all-wheel drive Transit made by Ford.
Some of those are cargo ones and some of them are passenger ones.
Yeah, like a small bus.
Yeah, kind of.
Probably got room in it though.
Maybe.
Hard to know.